Yeah, welcome back to the Jam Some or Fun channel. I'm outside today in a my pretty shirt under my WhatsApp tree. Yeah, seeing a Jeremy and this.
Big shots is all you got. Cause you run up your mouth and when the right time come, so easily charge fool man got you down. Today Joe, what's going on?
Alright, so today I want to take some time out and talk about what is happening in Jamaica, as I see it on social media. Alright, now last week I posted a video that a lot of people were basically, some didn't agree, some agreed with points I made about the whole Prime Minister saying that he's going to be, monitoring people and spying on people. In a sense, that is what people are saying. Now, there has been questions were raised. People sent me emails. People also, contacted me, asking me, if I could explain some more stuff, in terms of, the whole telecommunications side and how this works. So I'm going to try and, do my best on this one and explain to you how this works. Now, mobile operators are governed by a body, and this body is called the GSMA. Now, the GSMA basically oversees everything that happens with the mobile companies. So they issue what is called a mobile network code, which they call it MNC. So no two operators has the same code. They issue the mobile equipment codes, what you call IMEI, which is the mobile equipment identity code. And they also, they in essence, regulate all the business. All right? So each individual mobile device has a number and represents a customer. Now, how does a network operate? All right, a mobile network is basically made up of different components, but some of the main components includes the subscriber, that is the customer. So the customer uses what we call a mobile equipment, which is your mobile device or whatever device you interact with the network. Then you have the network operating center that controls, that's basically the brain of the operations. It does all of the switching of the calls, all of the charging, all of those things. And then you have the base stations. Those are the tall towers that you see when you drive around. So that is basically the makeup of the core of a mobile network. In the mobile equipment, the current mobile technology we're using, is GSM. So in that mobile device, your phone, it has a SIM card. Now that SIM card is basically your passport to access a network or not access a network. All right? Now, all this information about the mobile company that you're using is loaded onto that SIM card, and that is how you're recognized. Now, even if your phone does not have a SIM card in it, the phone can still make a call. If you realize, if you take out any phone and you dial 112, it takes you to the emergency and fire. All right? And that is a stipulation under GSMA, that all mobile equipment, if they don't have a SIM card, the person should be able to call police, fire, or ambulance. Now, in your network operating center, you have what is called the Home Locator Register, or HLR, or you have the VLR, which is the Visitor Locator Register. Now, the Home Locator Register contains all equipment that basically traverses the network traverses that network. The VLR now controls everything that is happening outside on your base stations. So, say for example, you're traveling from Kingston to Montego Bay. Now, one tower cannot supply that signal, so you go through a series of towers. Now, all of these towers do what is called a handover. So when you're moving from, say, you reach Portmore, and you move outside the signal, you're about to move outside the signal of the tower in Portmore to a Spanish Town tower, then that tower hands over your call to the Spanish Town tower. So that is what you call a handover. That is why you're able to maintain a constant dialogue while on the road if you're on a call, say, from Montego Bay, from Kingston to Montego Bay. Now, how this tracking thing work out now? All right, so remember I mentioned the base stations. Now, this base station has to basically, keep record through the VLR where you're located. All right. So as you're traveling, it knows how far away you are from the base station. It knows whether you're high, whether you're low, all of those things, and that is one means of tracking you. All right. So once you have a mobile device, you can be tracked, whether or not you have a SIM card in it. Okay. All right. Another way is this. I'm going to come with a myriad of ways so you can be tracked. So all these people talking about privacy, once you own a cell phone or any kind of network device, you can be tracked. So you have no privacy. All right. Now, when your phone is moving from tower to tower, that it means your phone is hopping. All right. So again, I'll use traveling from Montego Bay to Kingston. You are going through a series of towers. Now, your phone sends a message to each tower every time you're within that network. All right? And it says, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to receive a call, or I'm here, I'm ready to make a call. We call it a ping. All right? So your phone is always talking to the towers. All right? So your phone are the informer. Remember that. All right? So that is another way how you can be tracked, because it gives you location at all times while you're traveling. Okay? So the base station talks to your phone whichever way you go. And when you leave out of this the range of one base station, you basically enter the range of another base station, and it says, oh yeah, here he is, I've picked him up, everything good, all right? And the phone is constantly talking to that base station. So that's another way you can be tracked. So here we go now. I tell you, this is going to be fun, all right, because I like this thing. So, all the naysayers and people who talk, because they don't know or they haven't done any research, okay, this is another way, all right? Now, your mobile device has to always talk to the network, whether or not it is connected to that network. So say, for example, I have a SIM card. I do not have access, meaning that the SIM card is inactive. All right? Now, how do you know that the SIM card is inactive? That's because the SIM card connects to the network. The network says on their system, look here, you're inactive, meaning you're not on a license for be on here, so we can't accept you. All right? So whether or not the phone is still talking to a network, and guess what? It talks to both networks. So for example, in Jamaica, it talks to Cable and Wireless and it talks to Digicel. Now, if it is already registered on Digicel, now all the information is going to Digicel. Digicel back-end equipment is saying, look here, we can't accept you. You're not an active customer. All right? So that's another way you can be tracked. Okay, next way you can be tracked. All right? Now, over time, as a company wants to know what is being done by their customers on the phones. So, for example, a company wants to know how many times you change phone. Now, each SIM card has what is called an IMSI, which is a mobile subscriber identity number. That mobile subscriber identity number is issued a phone number. All right? So that phone number matches the IMSI. So every time you take that IMSI, that SIM card, out of your phone and put in another phone, it can be recorded. So say for example, I'm using a Nokia today, and I take out my SIM card out of that Nokia phone, and I put it tomorrow in a Samsung phone, the mobile network knows that because they have software that can track if you change a phone or which particular phone you're using. Okay, that's one way. All right, so another way for you to be tracked is this. Now, on the network, you have a thing that is called your OTA settings. Now, your OTA settings basically gives you access to use internet over your phone. Right? So if you have a new phone and it does not have the settings in it for your network that you're using, normally you'll get a text message that sends the settings for your particular phone. Now, what happens with that platform that is within the telco is that it knows your location, it knows where you're at, it knows the type of phone you're using for it to send you the configuration text message for your phone. Right? So that's another way that you can be tracked. Okay. All right. So when Andrew talking about you can be tracked, what does he mean? All right. So those international organizations that I mentioned, some of them, the three-letter organizations and four-letter organizations, all of them, all right, have access to basically what do they call it, applications that were made for law enforcement. So, like Facebook is a company. You're thinking that they're just making the whole Facebook thingy and WhatsApp thingy and so on. That's not the case. They also have to make the counter to that. All right. So they have a counter to the Facebook that they have to do for law enforcement. All right. Now, when they do the counter, it is supplied to all the law enforcement that is within membership of these three-letter and four-letter organizations. So that is how Andrew can say, look here, we can track you. All right? Now, your device has what is called an IP address. So once you're connected to the internet, that IP address carries all the information for your device. Now, if it carries your phone, what type of phone you're using, what type of instrument you're using. It also carries your location, where you're located, and where you're connected. If you look at one of the apps, like Find My Phone works the same way. All right. So in a sense, the police, them, our soldiers, or whoever, has a Find My Phone application that can work for everybody. All right. So that is what I'm talking about, that you can be tracked. All right. Now, on these applications, you have your username. So when you log into Facebook, you have a username and a password. All right. Now, your username, if you look in your browser, when you put in your username at the top of the browser, your username coincides with what is called an ID number. So the ID number, that's the important thing, because on Facebook, 3 or 4 people can have, similarly usernames. So each username is basically allotted to an ID number. Now that long number that you see, that's the ID number. That is what the police and everybody use to find you. Oh, I forget this part. All right. Well, next week then can track you. All right. So you see, on your phone, you have like health and well-being and all those things. And your phone can count how much step you make and how much where you walk, all of that. That is giving you all the locations of where you were. So, say for example, you have your phone in your pocket, and the new smartphones, you have your phone in your pocket, and you walk from your house up to up your driveway and to the gate. The phone records that information and sends that somewhere. All right. Now remember, as I said, the phone is always pinging with the cell towers, and if you're connected to internet, it's also pinging to servers that you don't know about. So even though you turn off your location history, those things that are in the background, like health and wellness, and those things that you track your heart rate, you track how many walks you made for the day, and all of those things, yeah, that is a way to track you as an individual. All right. So If you don't want anybody to track you, get rid of your cell phone. All right, but not only your cell phone. Now, if you realize the new way, well, it's not really a new way. You have a thing called an RFID chip. Now, the RFID chip is in all of the debit cards that you're getting and credit cards. Now, if you look at the new cards, you see that little chip thing. Yeah, it looks like a SIM card. Huh? Yeah, it also has GPS location. So anywhere in the world you are, you can be tracked. So you're looking at that little card and saying, then how, blah, blah, blah. You can be tracked because it has what is called a GPS location. So anywhere they look and they see, it gives off a signal and they can read that signal from satellite. So all you talk about privacy and this and that, yeah, just behave on yourself, all right? Because you can be tracked. Another thing, your smart TV, what they had, and you see it have camera and all of those things. Once it's connected to the network, it is filming everything that is happening within your household, and it's sending it back to a server, all right, that you don't know about. So normally the manufacturers of that smart TV, they have servers that, it works just like our cell phone works, where over the internet it pings back to the server to say, yes, we're here, and you can send an update, you can do this and do that. Now that TV is secretly filming you and secretly recording information within your household. So if you have an account with that TV provider, it is possible that your information is on that. Yeah. See? So all of these devices that we're buying and putting in our houses, we have money, we can buy them. We are basically buying the things that are spying on us. Okay. Now you know. Good. Okay. Now, Facebook and those OTTs, okay? All of them have software where they can recognize, do voice recognition. They can basically do your whole biometric. They can do fingerprint, your voice, your face recognition, all those things. So, say for example, you had a Facebook account, all right? And while you had a Facebook account, you log into your Facebook. You notice when you log into Facebook, it asks you if it can have access to your microphone. It can have access to your camera, all those things. Now you're there thinking, oh, this is just to use like Messenger and those things. It's not only that. All right. Now, Facebook keeps a record of your voice. All right, they keep a record of your face. They keep all of those records that you don't even know that. So, say for example, you go somewhere and you don't have your cell phone with you, all right, and somebody else has a cell phone with them rather, with the Facebook on it, and their thing is enabled. Once you talk and that microphone picks up your voice, you understand? That sends the information back to Facebook, and Facebook knows, okay, Jermaine that. Yeah, Jermaine voiced that. See? So that is another way how them keep track of you. All right? So that's what I try to tell you now. So everybody I fight about this privacy and this. The people who you're giving your information, in essence, they're taking it for free and you don't know about it. All right? Yeah, again, one more. See, them new car wanna drive? Them new car that will tell you, turn left, turn four, turn around there, so turn up there, so. Them have GPS. Once you have GPS, you can be tracked. And not only that now them are give autonomy to driverless cars and those things. So even some of the new Honda Accords, they have that as an accessory. You can basically order the car with or without. So if you don't order it with the what them call it, the whole automatic driving thing, where the car can drive itself. If you don't order that, it still comes with the stuff you can later basically tell them, look here, I want to enable this, and it can be enabled in a car. All right. So with the whole GPS thing, once everything is electronic and it has GPS, you can be tracked. That means if you don't want to be tracked, you need to go buy a Morris Oxford. All right. Yo, man, enjoy this. Yo, big up. Jam some more fun. Yeah, so we have the fun here. Jeremy and this.